and welcome to today's video. It is week 15's check-in. So I'm looking back at everything I've spent for this last week, and I have to confess I feel like the world's worst mum because some of the things I've bought, I ought to have bought them long before now. Basically, I've had a bit of a mum brain fart moment. I don't know, like sorting out Alexander's shoes, and clearly he should have had them ages ago. And Holly's still not good at bed. However, I have found one that I'm going to be picking up this weekend on Facebook Marketplace. I'd found one initially for £100, which was like, said it was like just as good as new and everything else. And it was one that she'd seen in Dreams Beds last weekend or whatever it was. And it was something like 350 quid in the shop, and they were wanting 100, and I still couldn't bring myself to pay the 100 quid. But now I'm getting to the point of, look, it's a bit silly this now, and I've just got my money through from the quiz show. So I thought, well, okay, I'll go back and get it. And it's already gone. So I was a bit gutted because I felt like I should have just got it at 100 quid. And then I've been watching, and I've managed to find one which was a little bit further away, about 20 minutes away from here. And it was on for 50, and they've dropped it to 40, and it's very, very similar to the one she liked. In fact, I think it's nicer, but that's my opinion, probably because it's cheaper, but it's what she wanted. So hopefully that'll be still around on Sunday when I go and pick that up from them. And yeah, I just feel like I've dropped the ball a bit on stuff. Like, I should be spending money. I'm rubbish at spending money. That's not the video you want to hear, is it? But even when you've got the money there, it's hard to spend it when you've been so strict, I think, with yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna start behaving, and I'm gonna be a bit more on the ball. That's my plan for next month. A bit more on the ball as a mum and as a parent, and things that need to be done in the house and life and stuff. Other good news is I've finally got space and warmth in my office. So at the minute I'm filming here in my kitchen, but I'm just going to be filming my intros and outros in here just because it's handy, because I normally film the intros and outros when Alexander is asleep, so I can still hear him if he wakes up. But yeah, everything else is going to get filmed back in the office when I do all my budgeting and everything sitting down there. So that'll be nice to be back in there. So that video that you're going to see in a second when I flip the video back, it's going to be filmed back in there. I'm quite looking forward to getting in now, because it's a bit more homely and a bit more, I don't know, I feel more organised in there. And it's not stuff everywhere. Right, let's get stuck in to see what I have been spending this week. So we're here, back where it all began, in my office. It feels a bit really surreal being back here, and not in my kitchen where I've been for the last 6 months. You can tell it's been cold because I've had a few tests done recently at the doctors and things, and one of the results that came back is that I've got really low vitamin D. So I'm now on these tablets to increase my vitamin D. So yeah, I'm just not a cold person whatsoever. Winter, no thank you. So here we are, we're back in the office, and it's warm enough to be in here. That's why I wasn't in there. Let's have a look then what I've been spending for this last week. Let's grab a pen. So on Saturday, I've been hunting for Alexander some shoes, and I feel like the world's worst mother, honestly, because I went over to a local sort of shopping area near Bolton. It used to be called the Reebok, it's now called Macron Stadium, and we were meeting Holly's grandparents for lunch anyway, but they have a Clark's there, so I thought I'll just double check, get his shoes, feet measured, and he's coming up at like a size 10G, and he's been wearing size 7s and 8s, so I do feel like the world's worst mother, but I'm hoping it's because like they've been stretching and moving and things that they've not been uncomfortable on. He's not complained about them or anything. But yeah, I managed to get 2 pairs in the sale, so that was a spend of £38 in total. I do love Clark's shoes in the sale because I feel like you got a bargain and you know they're good quality. He did put some on later on, some like football shaped ones, but they were like, they're hurting me. Probably because they're new and rubbing and things. But anyway, he's got them, they're sorted. Hopefully a couple of pairs to do him for a while. We didn't have to pay for food because that was already taken care of, so that was okay. And then on Sunday, we went out for the day, took Alexander out. I'm trying to get to Billy Bob's over in Maudsley. Maudsley? Yeah, Maudsley for a while. No. Where have I gone? No, further than Maudsley. Near Preston. and also to Guy's Thatched Hamlet. So we had a quick look at Guy's, thinking they might have something on, but they didn't. So we went back to the play area, and the problem was, I promised Alexandra I could go to this play place, and I got there, and I was like, yeah, can we just book on, please? Thinking £3, great bargain. I thought, no, we're fully booked, unless you've got a table booked. I was like, well, no, I've not got a table booked. I wasn't planning on eating. Anyway, quick look online. It was like 12:15 at this point. Had a quick look, because obviously the child's in tears, looking at all this play stuff, and honestly, I am just the worst mother this weekend. So I'm like showing him all the stuff that he can't go on. So I quick online. Luckily, for whatever reason, there was a table available at 12:30. Managed to book it, which meant that because you've got a table, that you're entitled to pay £3 more to go on the play stuff for an hour or thereabouts. And it was plenty of time. But he couldn't get it into his little 3-year-old head that we had to eat first, or at least order the food, and then you get a voucher ticket thing so you can go on. But obviously, food's coming, and if he starts his play session, he can't come on and off and on and off and everything else. Apparently, those are the rules. So he was like sat in the window, nose pressed up to the window, could see everyone having fun, and like, I was like, I'm going to wait for my food. It's just, I felt so bad. But at least we did get around it that way. But it meant I was buying lunch. It was lunchtime. It wasn't what I planned to do. And it was definitely a bit more than I'd hoped to pay. But I took Mum with me, and I did say I'd treat her because my money from the quiz show was due in. So it came to £38.40, including Alexander's play thing. So I put that came out of a mixture of time for me and eating out, because I had 30 in my time for me and 10 in my eating out, basically. So yeah, I just had a bit of change left over. So I'm going to put that from time for me, because that was where the majority of it came from. And then I had to get some groceries on Monday, ready for the week ahead. But I felt like I hadn't been to Legoland and Sea Life for a while. So we've got the Merlin Pass, which is an annual pass. And it just means you can go and use those places as much or as little as you want. It was a bit of a debacle getting there. We were like half an hour late for a slot. But, and I've known from past experience, these things happen. That as long as it's not over full, which it wouldn't have been. I didn't think it would be busy. It's absolutely rammed. I don't know if some schools are still on Easter holidays or what. I think it might have been an inset day. It was inset day. Of course it was. I kept thinking, why is it so blooming busy? Inset day. Anyway, cost us nothing for Sea Life and Legoland, apart from the only way I could get him out of Legoland was he'd spotted a child with an ice lolly. What? That's just mean, isn't it? And they had a vending machine that gives out ice lollies. So it was like, spotted this ice lolly. I was like, the only way you get an ice lolly is if we're leaving there, because we've been in there 2 hours. Had tickets for Sea Life. They were long gone. But again, because they're already included, and also because it was, it's not too packed, we just went ahead and got in there anyway. But the only way I could get back to Sea Life was with another lolly. So I was obviously having mum guilt from the weekend. He got 2 ice lollies, £3.60. It came out of his spending. So there we go. And then I had to get groceries as well, and that came to £49.73. On the Tuesday and Wednesday, luckily back in work, and it was no spend days. I'm using up these stickers that was just rubbishly printed. I mean, you still get the gist, don't you? No spend. And then on Thursday, today, I had such a mare of a morning. Like, you just try desperately to shoo the kids out and just like, go on, just go, move, etc., etc. And they're just so slow. And then it was just, I don't know, it was one thing on top of another. And basically I packed my bag, which I leave by the front door with my computer in it, with my phone in it, with my lunch in it, with everything else that I need. And just as I'm getting to Alexander's nursery, I'm about to type in my destination on my phone, because of where I work, it's such an awkward place to get to. There's about 17 trillion different optional directions to get there, different ways. And I always put it on my phone to like give me the quickest route, because it literally will vary from day to day to day to day. And I was like, I haven't got my phone. I've not got my phone. I hadn't got time to go back for it at all. And I really wish I had, because I ended up down the wrong road, which added on half an hour extra to my journey. It's just been a week. I was late for school. And then I had to buy lunch as well. Borrowed £10 off my teaching assistant, because I had no lunch. I had nothing with it. I didn't have a drink, didn't have water, didn't have anything. So I ended up going to Asda. So this will come out of, well, I'm going to have to pay back. I've not even budgeted to pay it back. Well, what should I come that out of? Let me have a look. That's a bit of an anomaly. Can't go into there. Oh dear. Do you think she'd take 27p in exchange? I'm going to have to take it out of something else, of like tomorrow's budget when I do my budget for the week. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to just, I don't know. I've not paid it yet. I'll pay it tomorrow, so I won't count that because it's not my money I've spent. I'll spend it tomorrow. I'll figure it out. £6.30 is what I spent. So ultimately, it was a no spend day, but it wasn't. Does that make sense? So until I figure out, I'm gonna do the cash stuff for that, and then next time when I do my check-in, I'll take it off because yeah, I ended up buying like a pre-packed sandwich, which always annoys me because they're a fortune, aren't they? Especially when you've got sandwiches in your own bag. Bought a tub of melon, and after that, I needed some chocolate too. So there. Right, let's see what change I've got left in my wallets. So, I've just had a thought, I have got £10 actually in my eating out, so I'll probably take it out of that. Open this up. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 50, 60, 70, 87. £3.87 to go into my penny saving challenge jar. So the highest number I could potentially do is 323, which would leave you with 64 pence. Which already hasn't gone, so we can cross both those numbers off. And that is us. All done. Okay, so that is it. So at least, even though I've made a few boo-boos, parent-wise, I've sorted them out now. I've sorted, I've spent the money, and that's okay. The money's there, and it's just getting over that mindset of, I didn't have the money, and now I've got the money, and I can afford to do it, as long as I still do it budget-wise, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's, you know, are you the same as me? Do you find when you're on a budget, and you're on it for a long time, it becomes harder to spend than when you do have money? Just me? I don't know. Right, have yourself an amazing day, and I'll see you really, really soon. Bye.